So Dr. Simons, recently the Trump administration has announced that it will be cutting funding USAID department. So what is the USAID?
So USAID is the United States Agency for International Development. It was established in 1961 during the Kennedy administration. In recent years, its budget for foreign assistance accounted for a little bit less than 1% of the overall United States federal budget.
And what are the actual impact of funding for USAID?
The impact of funding cuts could potentially be quite drastic and difficult to quantify right now, as USAID programming is only one, albeit a large share of foreign humanitarian and development assistance. But if USAID is reduced from 10,000 employees down to 290 employees, which is what is currently being reported, that would have drastic effects on projects in many countries. Thinking about my own experience working for an NGO in Ethiopia prior to my PhD, which was largely funded by USAID, some of the most egregious examples of aid cuts would be food pre-positioned in warehouses for emergency and famine relief. Will this food just rot in the warehouses if there is no budget to pay rent for those warehouses or no budget to move it when an emergency strikes?
So like who will actually be impacted by the funding cuts of USAID?
So in addition to emergency food aid for famine relief, another group of people that comes to mind would be pregnant women who are HIV positive. With antiretroviral drugs, we can basically guarantee that HIV is not passed on to their baby during birth. That is something that USAID currently funds. Many NGOs rely on USAID to fund administrative staff like finance people, and USAID helps pay partial rent for the various offices these organizations operate out of. So those offices house other programs with other funding sources that might have to be pulled back without the help of a large donor like USAID.
Oh, okay. So I think that's all the questions I have for today. I'd like to thank Dr. Simons for joining Tiny Talks today. And like any questions, you can email him. I'd like to thank Dr. Simons and all of you who is joining us today at Tiny Talks.